Well, it's been a while since I made content. Lots happened since the last time I made a video. Um, the year 2020 happened. Everything closing down, hard to find jobs. So, what's happened since? Got a job and just working way too many hours. I don't have time to make content as much time as I wish I had to make content. Also, I got an apartment. I left a lot of my stuff in my parents' house, and I'm trying to get back into making content. So I took this old computer I had from my parents' house, and I'm gonna give it a try, and hopefully I could still make content on the fly, on the go. I don't have time, and I'm trying to make time to make content. Now it's time for my favorite segment of the vlogs. Look what I bought! I carry around this backpack. Before 2020, I went to a New Year's party at Universal Studios and I bought this backpack, and I wanted it to inspire me to one day make a movie for Universal Studios. Now, that's something I bought years and years ago, but segmenting or transitioning into Universal Studios, I bought this magazine of Steven Spielberg at the market from Life magazine. I've seen a few news documentaries or whatever when you're watching the news or you're watching a network TV, and they do this whole hour block talking about Steven Spielberg, and they go into a lot of detail. This is like a great Wikipedia or summary of Steven Spielberg's history that you can carry around, and it's got very inspiring pictures. Look how awesome that is. Hope you guys can see that. You know, you got Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. It's got the story of him. I found it very interesting and inspiring, and the way this magazine broke it down. It started off with the section called the Storyteller, and it just covers things about Steven Spielberg. That's the iconic scene from the movie E.T. Covers how he became a storyteller. He was born on the East Coast, and because of his dad's job, he had to move around a lot, and he finally made his way to the West Coast. Before the West Coast, though, they lived in Arizona, and one day his dad comes into his room and wakes him up and says, Steven, we gotta go. And Steven's scared. He doesn't know what's going on. His dad drives him up to this area where there's a clear sky, where there's a lot of people watching the night sky to see this cosmic phenomenon going on. And Steven Spielberg was so inspired by that cosmic phenomenon, that whole moment, that it inspired him as far as telling stories, being a storyteller and a filmmaker. Where first his dad comes running in and scares him, and then takes him to this clear area where he can view the night skies and see this cosmic phenomenon. And then from there he's relaxed and he's inspired by this cosmic phenomenon. And that element can be seen in his films such as E.T., how at first when he introduces the alien, you're scared, you don't know what to think. And then as the movie goes on, the alien, you feel calm, you feel relaxed. Because the alien comes in peace. And it was also similar in another movie he did, Close Encounters. And then as Steven Spielberg transitioned on, he made blockbuster films. Once he reached that point in his blockbuster career, he transitioned on to try to tell historic films. One of his most notable ones was Schindler's List. He was just trying to tell a story about the Holocaust. And that movie ended up becoming a reference in history as far as preserving that moment in history, as well as it mentioned how in the show Seinfeld, there was an episode revolving around the movie Schindler's List. And Steven Spielberg, as far as Schindler's List, he just wanted to tell a story. And this movie became very profitable. So any of the proceeds that came from the movie, he refused to take it. Instead, he decided to start the Shoah Foundation, where he would get testimonials and record witnesses talking about their experience living through the Holocaust, because he didn't want to that moment to be lost or to be forgotten, something that was a big, significant moment in history. And Steven Spielberg continued to tell historical tales. Another one that everybody's watched in school, Saving Private Ryan. He made the movie Lincoln, and then he transitioned on to different things. So he's gone through these phases in his career, and this Life magazine does a really good job of covering and summarizing Steven Spielberg's career. There was stuff in there that was nostalgic to me, that brought me memories. Watching Jurassic Park for the first time at a movie theater and just being in awe about, wow, dinosaurs coming back to life. Dinosaurs have been extinct, and then it feels like I'm actually there seeing dinosaurs for the first time. Or E.T., I remember going to a cousin's house and he just put on the VHS of E.T. and we watched it, and it was something exciting and inspiring. There's more detail about Steven Spielberg's life that wasn't covered in the magazine that I'm aware of from documentaries. But this was a really good read. It was a fun read, and it's something that I enjoy, holding on to, hanging around, keeping the pictures to inspire me. Steven Spielberg's Man Cave. How Steven Spielberg prepared for one of the biggest movies of his career, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's just a great, inspiring film. This is something I'm glad I bought. It's worth it. And anybody that's inspiring to be a filmmaker, I think you should pick up a copy. Read through it, even though you can pretty much find everything online. But sometimes it's great to have something tangible in your hand. There's a lot going on in my life. Usually don't have time because work takes out a big chunk, but definitely want to get into the routine of sharing and caring. So, everyone, I'd like to present to you my bully. I have a bully that bullies me around, and I'd like to introduce him to everybody watching. This is Rocco. He's a green cheek conure. I keep him in the cage most of the time because if I ever let him out, he'll just start bullying me around. He bullies me a lot. Loves to dance. That's Rocco dancing. And then what else can Rocco do? Rocco does a really good impersonation of the Joker. Rocco, do an impression of the Joker. And then he loves to sing. Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Before I end this video, I wonder what's the last image I have on my DSLR camera. Oh, it's this of me going to Disneyland. And before that? And before that? I wonder what happens if I do this little thing right here. Well, that's all I got for now, so let's hear it for my first piece of content in a long time. Now, time to post some stuff on social media because that's the way you grow your brand on social media. Posting regularly. And here's the social media stuff and end stuff.